All right, today we have Master Mode Guide 111, a very interesting map for us here in Run. Excited to break it down for you in today's episode. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the likes and the subs as always. 111 here is certainly interesting, and I'm excited to break it down like I said. Couple of key pieces here though. Before we dive into it, I will break down the strategy of the map. We'll talk a little bit about the baddies. We'll give you the team to break it down and overcome to 3-star auto mode for you here in Master Mode 111, like I just said, and then we'll do the run and pull it all back together as we always do. Now, that's available to you down below in the timestamps. If you happen to have a question or comment throughout today's episode, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And feel free to swing by the Discord server. All right, let's go ahead and break this particular run down because 111 is certainly interesting. It's got a very tough baddie at the very end of it. So if you're not familiar with Master Mode for new players or old players alike or veterans, couple key pieces. Enemies max HP is increased. We have enemies debuff resist increased. HP shield capacities decreased. Healing decreased. And summon creatures lifetime decrease. Now, additionally here, you got special conditions. Max cookies at level 55. We have max skill at 55. Max cookie grade is 1A. Bonds, Sugar Gnome, Laboratory, Costume Sets, Guild level, Guild relics are X. Now, we are fortunate to be above in terms of our power level here at 471 over the 332, making a very nice difference for us going into this. However, again, strategy really matters. Now, we'll run into baddies like the Choco Cake Warrior here, Choco CAKEHOUND, CAKEHOUND, Cake Boomerang Warrior, Cake Warrior, and then Cake Wolf, and then our last big one, Crowned CAKEHOUND. Yes, that's right. So this particular one at the end is essentially like a boss or mini boss. We get that with Dark Mode and Master Mode. I'll talk about that here in a second. Couple things to watch out for. They are big waves, lots of hounds that will come at us, lots of cake warriors that will come at us. The boomerang ones are always tricky. You need to make sure that they stay off some of your more squishy backline items that are cookies. Otherwise, that's going to create a problem and you'll certainly wipe there. Additionally here, then we do get a little bit more tougher with cake wolves. And then last but not least, our Crowned CAKEHOUND. So this big baddie comes flying in, deals massive amounts of damage, pretty much will kill and wipe whatever cookie it touches. So there's a huge trick that we're leveraging, just like I covered if you happen to watch the 1.9 Master Mode as well, to help us overcome this. And you'll notice that this team is very similar to that one, essentially the same, because the strategy is closely aligned to how to overcome this particular run. So with that, here's what we got going on. We got Swartzwalder, we got Frost Queen, we got Sherbet, we have Vampire and Pure Vanilla. Pure Vanilla is enough in terms of healing for this particular stage and run. We have Frost Queen in here for the big nukes on the lines and lots of enemies. And then additionally with support here from Sherbet to kind of help with that. And then also that gives us an advantage on single target along with Vampire when we need single target, particularly for the Crowned CAKEHOUND, because we need to get a lot of damage per second on that thing off the board as fast as possible. And then again, Reiner Schwartzwalder here to interrupt the lines, push things back, get stuns in, and all those fun things. So when we look at our treasures, which treasures are we going to leverage to make us successful here? We got Old Pilgrim Scroll for attack for all cookies. Again, Whistle could be an option, but again, that only gives you 2. This way we get access for our 3 DPS here. Then also we have Squishy Jelly Watch, decrease the cooldown, and then the trick Sugar Swan Shining Feather. So what you're going to see is, again, that CAKEHOUND's going to fly in here, knock this guy out. He will need that revive instantly. Should give us enough time and survivability to ultimately get through the Crowned CAKEHOUND baddie here. So that is it in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and take a look at our toppings, because I know many of you love to see that. Now, I do have topping guides for all of the cookies on the channel. You can check those out simply by going into the search and putting topping guide in there on the channel. And lots of other great content there. So first off, Schwartzwalder's on 5 solid almonds for survivability. We got Sherbet here for 5 raspberry for damage. Additionally here with Frost Queen, particularly, I like the chocolates here so that we can get the skill cooldown and constantly keep going against these waves that we're going to run into. You can certainly go damage, as you can see there, similar to pure vanilla. Cooldown here to get lots of heals off, and then vampire for pure attack. All right, so let's go ahead and run with the team here and go after our crowned CAKEHOUND. All right, so we are in action. Let's go. There it is. You'll see the line go poof. On to the next one. All right. These guys are a little bit tougher. As you can see, we got the backline hit. Again, we're able to clear it. This squad's a little bit easier for us. There we go. Here's a bigger one. Get those stuns in, makes a huge difference for us. Now that CAKEHOUND's going to come flying in pretty soon. I think we got one more line here, and then we're going to run into that. So we need to make sure that we're all set to go. Here it comes. Boom, one hit, totally destroyed me. And then we got to make sure we get enough damage in before we lose our guy again. Oh, absolutely solid. Solid. So as you can see, it played out exactly like we talked about, exactly like we broke down in terms of the level. A huge key there on using that swan for that survive, because that thing just comes in and hits like a truck, and we absolutely need that. We had enough to burn it down and make it through, which is very important. Again, certainly I was on auto. You can time some of those things a little bit better in terms of if you need that to ultimately get your 3 stars here in master mode. All right, so let's pull it all back together. Again, that was 111 here, Land of Little Big Dreams, episode 1, master mode 3-star guide for you. We broke down the enemy team here that we ran into, gave you the strategy ultimately to overcome the crowned CAKEHOUND here, and our lovely team, along with our 3 treasures and the secret tip there, Sugar Swan, Shining Feather, to ultimately get through everything. Ooh, so much fun. Love it. Hope you enjoyed today's guide as well. If you happen to have a question or comment, let me know. I love to hear from you. Feel free to swing by the Discord server. And as always, thank you for your support. Appreciate the likes and the subs. Other great things here on the channel and more coming your way as always. So with that, thank you again for your support. We'll see you again soon. Until next time, we have a ton more stuff headed your way. Mythras, out of here. Enjoy the guide. 111 master mode here. 3-star. Get it done. We'll see you soon.